Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Tottenham versus Chelsea in the Premier League tomorrow night. It's a massive game for so many reasons. Tottenham on the back of 2 defeats on the bounce. They go up against one of their bitterest and closest rivals. Chelsea, of course, high on the Thomas Tuchel train. The twin sixes, Mason Mount back in the team. Hudson Odoi is now a fullback. We're going to be delving into all of that throughout the course of this preview. As you can see, joined by Prime, by Jem, David, Eleanor is here as well. But you have a part to play in this. Get your super chats in. Smash the like button right now. Please hit the share button. Get this out on your timelines as well. Rivals previewing it as well. We'll have more guests on the show a little bit later on as well. But it is massive. But without any further ado, how are you all? You all good? You're all well? You're all recovered after Man United putting you all to bed early last night?
All good. You're happy. Don't know about anyone else.
Listen, it's not very
after half time. It weren't worth watching.
It's not an achievement, is it? Seriously, Southampton.
It's not an achievement. But listen, honestly, I'm gonna get it framed. I'm gonna buy. If we were Tottenham, we'd bring out a DVD for that game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just no need. There's just no need, guys.
Have you got the DVD of when you beat Wigan 8-1?
You have.
I actually do, but it's not my fault. I got it as a present. Like
that's embarrassing.
It's not my fault.
Legitimately got the
show the DVD
joke. We joke about the DVD joke when it comes to Tottenham, but it is true. That's the thing.
I've even got. Do you know what else? I've got 5-4 against Arsenal.
Yeah, I knew you do. You've got everything. This is the thing. Spurs are the only club that pretend to be big who bring out DVDs for one-off games and results.
Yeah, that was the biggest sale at Spurs anyway. That's why.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right, guys. There's no need.
Massive game. Massive game. And we're going to talk a couple of bits. We want to speak about Harry Kane being missing, how Tottenham are going to cope. We're going to talk about the Chelsea youngsters now being used, the link to Hakimi as an example that we spoke about yesterday, but where Mason Mount, where Hudson Odoi are going to fit in with this system, and do you guys see it evolving? Then we're going to delve into the crux of it. How are you going to beat, stop, nullify one another? And of course, score predictions. We want the viewers to have their say as well, though. Get all your comments in. We really want to hear from you in relation to that. But I want to start off with Tottenham. Eleanor, you're on back-to-back defeats. I hear the words being muttered more and more at this moment in time, and the words are very much along the lines of, I hear Jose out creeping in, I hear it growing, I hear it becoming, sort of more potent amongst your supporters. How's the mood right now in the Tottenham camp? And are you nervous about going into this game without Harry Kane? What's the plan without him?
Do you know what's funny? When you're this bad, the nerves kind of go. You kind of like, you're like, I'm more nervous when I expect to win games. Like, when you're doing well, you want to win more games. So you kind of expect it, the nerves come in. When you're this bad, you're kind of like, well, I expect to lose, but if we win, it's a bonus. That's pretty much where I am at. But without Harry Kane, it's going to be tough, obviously, and without him anyway in any game, but especially against these a lot. But I think we need to play Vinicius. We need that big presence up top. I think we'll keep it tight, and I think we need to have that lone striker, because without Harry Kane, we're not going to have that big man up top. If we play Son in the mid, like lone striker, he's not going to bring down those balls the way Kane does to pass them on or to score. I think we'll keep it tight, but yeah, I think it's got to be Vinicius, to be fair.
Vinicius coming in from a Chelsea point of view. I want to go to Jem first on this. Harry Kane being missing, is that a big bonus? Do you guys celebrate that, or are you not overly concerned? You know how Spurs are going to play. They're parking that bus. All you've got to do is break it down.
I think without Harry Kane in the team, it's like 60% of Spurs' team gone, in my eyes. Like, the other 30% is probably Son, and then the other 10% is just hoping that they can defend, to be honest. But no, he's a big miss. He'd be a big miss in any team, let's be serious. Harry Kane is a top quality striker, and he's proven it over the years. But I just think we just got to go into this game and try and play like we have done the last 2 games, to be honest. I think we will have a lot of the possession. I think they will sort of set up to sit back against us and invite pressure. and I think they'll just look to play counter. So I think we're probably going to be prepared for you with that. And I've got a feeling that I don't think Vinicius will start. I think you'll probably end up playing Son up there, and I've just got a feeling that he might. I've got a feeling we're going to do 3 at the back, and I just feel like you might struggle getting support to him, because one thing that we do very well and have done the last 2 games is we win the ball back very quickly. So I just think it's going to be a lot of possession to us, and you guys just trying to get up the pitch as quickly as possible to counter.
I hear that. David, do you echo that? I mean, we know Harry Kane's a big loss, but does that make you far more relaxed now? You basically, if you shut down Son, you shut down Tottenham.
Not effectively, yeah, because Son and Kane have to kind of link up. Son can't, he can't pull off that goal we scored against Burnley every single week. So, I mean, for me, I think everyone's looking at this in the wrong way. I think the biggest problem for Chelsea will be Ndombele if he starts, just simply because of the way we press. He's got that ability to dribble through and break that press. If he does that, we might be isolated in a couple areas. I think he's the biggest player for Tottenham against us because of the way that we play football. But I'm pretty confident. I'm actually surprisingly quite confident about this game. Obviously, I'm gassed because my manager is now German and he's levels above Lampard. But yeah, I just think we're a better team right now. I think Spurs are in a bit of a dip, so hopefully we can capitalise on it and take the 3 points.
I hear that. And Prime, how about do you echo what David's saying there? Are you confident going into this match?
Yes, I am. This is the first time I've been confident since in about a year and a half. So Lampard time. What's funny about this is about a week ago, maybe almost 2 weeks ago, I was prepared and accepting of we'd get battered in this game. Now the roles have switched due to our manager being sacked and then being this bad. But I think a 3-0 win is definitely on the cards.
Wow.
3-0 win. We haven't even got score predictions yet, but that's a lot of confidence. That's a hell of a lot of confidence in relation to that. And you believe you can beat Tottenham that well? Like, you can stop Ndombele, you can break down sort of Jose's bust, you'll stop Son, and you're that confident that Tuchel's going to have your team playing good enough to put all those goals in right away?
Yes. The big miss is Harry Kane. Because as much Ndombele is quality, Son is quality, but Kane is the big miss in that team. And without him playing, I don't necessarily see the source of goals. I don't necessarily see that source of goals coming from them. I think 3-0 is, yeah.
Cool. Okay. I thought you were going to say something else then. I had no idea what you were going to say. Okay, cool. Listen, viewers, what do you all think? How do Tottenham cope without Harry Kane? What should they do? Vinicius, does he get the opportunity to start? Do you put Son as a kind of false 9 and put sort of inverted wingers around him? We know that how Tottenham are going to play. They're going to shut up shop. They're going to be very, very negative, a large part, and try and catch on the counter. Eleanor, speaking about Chelsea, a new manager's in. We kind of know that he's preferred 3 centre-backs at the moment. He's been using Hudson odoi as a fullback. Alonso played in the last game. Are you hoping that the kind of experimental approach from Tuchel will enable Tottenham to benefit and kind of capitalize on that? Or is it more the opposite end of the spectrum? Are you feeling that the sort of exuberance they're feeling at the moment with the new manager bounce is going to make them have too much for you?
I think it's more likely that they're going to have too much for us. I think us hoping that we can capitalize on their style of play is pretty much wishful thinking. Our main thing is, if we play Vinicius, and obviously Jose Mourinho likes to turn up in big games, he does his normal 90-minute masterclass, then of course we have a chance. But I think realistically speaking, they're on a new manager bounce. They've done well in their last game. I think even when they didn't win, you still look like you've been playing a lot better football than you was under Frank. If this was under Frank, I think I'd have a lot more confidence. I think we'd be a lot more well matched. But I think at the moment they're on a high and we're literally on a low. I don't see us doing much. I mean, the most I see us getting is a draw, which wouldn't be that bad, considering that, that they're one of our hardest games that we have, and we've drawn them in both away and at home. But I just realistically think they will win. I don't know if it will be that much of a huge scoreline, but I do think that they can capitalize on it. And Ndombele will be our best player, probably, like dribbling through, finding those spaces and putting those forward passes in. But I think without Kane either creating or bringing the long balls down and passing it to Son, it's going to be hard. Obviously, Son having that pace might be good on his wing, but it's going to be pretty tough.
I hear that. I'm going to go David first on this question from a Chelsea point of view. There's a lot of rumours that Alonso is going to keep his place in the team this week over Ben Chilwell. We already mentioned Hudson Odoi being played as a fullback. What's your thoughts and feelings at the moment on the teams and the system that Tuchel is using? Are you kind of relaxed because it's experimental, or are you becoming a bit nervous that maybe some of the players Chelsea fans were demanding leave are now going to stay?
Again, I don't have a problem with whatever he does because clearly he knows what he's doing. Again, he's got a really good record at his old clubs. Don't care about what all the media is saying about how he's a failure. Like, it's not true. And again, if he wants to use Rudiger because of Rudiger's distribution over Kurt Zouma, makes perfect sense. Last game, he said he started Alonso not only for his attacking ability, but also because Burnley are good from set pieces, and his height is a massive advantage in that. Like, all of his stuff has a lot more logic to it than Frank, because Frank would start Timo Werner but play balls to him like he's Olivier Giroud. When Tuchel brings somebody in, he normally uses them for their strength in that position. So Marcos Alonso, I've always said it, is one of the best wing backs in the world. So playing him at wing back makes perfect sense. If he was playing him at left back, then I would question it, but he's not. He's playing players in their actual positions and they're looking really good. Or if he's experimenting with their positions, it's working. So Hudson Odoi at wing back's not the worst idea because clearly it seems to be working, and his ability to get forward and like whip balls in is fantastic. And he's not actually as bad as I thought he'd be going backwards. He hasn't had to go backwards as much as I thought he'd have to, but so far it hasn't been a problem. So for now, I don't have a problem with it. Okay,
and are you going to be as forgiving with him if Mount starts playing as regularly as he was playing under Frank Lampard, or will your love of Tuchel soften your disdain for Mason Mount?
If Mount plays and he plays really well, I don't want him out of the team. I just don't think under Lampard he was doing enough to warrant starting every single game, week in, week out. And I know for a fact Tuchel will, even if Tuchel has him as a starter, he won't be playing week in, week out. So, like, he's fulfilling exactly what he wants to do. I said Mason Mount will be a better player under Thomas Tuchel than he will be under Frank Lampard. Comfortably, because he's a better manager.
You're a Mount hater.
To be confirmed.
I'm not a Mount hater. I think Mount will start tomorrow. I think Mount will start tomorrow.
Do you know what I think it is, Dave, Terry? I see Mount's girl, yeah, she's a proper salt, innit? Yeah. I feel like that used to be David's girl, innit? And he took her in it. You know what I mean? That's why there's no other reason why my man hates Mason Mount so much. The man's been one of our most consistent players this season, yeah. Yet you still find a way to hate on him. Like, yeah, no.
It's getting boring, bro. It's getting boring.
He's been the most consistent. Where are we right now? It's not good enough. Him being
that's that's down to the other players.
It's another thing. Tammy Abraham being our best striker is part of the problem, not the solution. All right. Just saying these things it's not a help. All right.
David,
my thing with Mason Mount is he didn't warrant starting week in, week out. So that's why I was going at him. There are other players who had bad performances, but they all got dropped. That's why Mason Mount didn't get dropped. I had a problem with Mason Mount as a concept under Lampard. Now under Tuchel, I don't have that problem.
But David, the problem you had, it still wasn't to do with Mason Mount or Tammy. It was to do with Frank Lampard.
Exactly. Oh yeah, at the core of it, of course, at the core of it, yeah.
So why are you always bringing up Mason Mount then?
Because they're the ones playing on the pitch.
But it's not his fault.
He never performed badly.
It's not his fault.
Let's not get into this because
it's not neutral sitting here. Again, I'll go back to my question to you though, David. If Tuchel uses him as regularly, because of your love of Tuchel, I think your approach to Mason Mount will soften. You'll find the little nuance, right? I'm going to call it this, and I'm sorry to take shots, but you'll find the little Nini, and I'm going to call Nini is now a little excuse. Yeah. We're going to call Ninis are now little excuses on the football test. I'm only joking, right? You're going to find a little Nini, and you're going to make it a reason. You're going to make an excuse for why this. It's a bit like the sideways passing. I've already seen Chelsea fans like, I kind of understand sideways passing now that I'm watching Tuchel's game. 3 weeks ago, and Lampard was passing inside, but then get this fucking bangers and mash bowers away with these crap football, bro. Like, it's like, okay. I hear you. We're joined now as well by Anita. Welcome.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just finished work. I'm good. I'm buzzing.
Good. Need any sugar in your tea?
Listen, Daddy.
Listen,
all good.
I got mates. I got friends. By the way, Prime. I'm gonna put you on screen when I say this. I had friends of mine message me today, going, "What's going on? What does this mean? What have you been up to? Like, you causing me problems in my life, bro. Like, you causing me actual problems in my life." Do you know what I mean? I feel like I said to you, if you see that meme going around where that kid goes, "I've been there for you since day one." That's how
You know what? Let me issue a public apology.
No, stop.
You what? Oh, okay.
You haven't actually got to apologize. I'm having a bit of banter.
Oh, no. I was gonna push Manscaped.
Oh, go on. Do it. Sorry, go
on. If you want to be a sugar daddy for young, attractive women, get Manscaped.
I am so done. I am so done.
Everybody's aware.
If you want to be a sugar daddy for young, attractive women in this life, have money. That's all.
Anita, what do you do with that money?
Let me explain. Hang on a minute. Let me just explain. I ain't no one sugar daddy. Like, you know, it's going to trend now. Oh my God, that's why Terry's got these ladies hosting show. No, I ain't Hugh Hefner. This ain't no cult thing.
Sugar daddy Terry.
We're going to create a YouTube house where it's just me and about 40 women. No, it's not happening. No, it's not. I'm just thinking out loud.
The address you sent us, though, it's... Oh, never mind, sorry.
Big game tomorrow up against Chelsea, up against Tottenham for yourselves. We're joined by another Tottenham fan. Alex is here now, which is nice. Man like KJ is doing this as well. I'm going to change the angle on this now to... we'll go to this one. We're going to go to this one here because everyone who's in. KJ's here. Neats, how are you feeling ahead of this game tomorrow?
I'm actually quite nervous, you know. I think because it's Mourinho, innit? I think he's gonna put all 11 men behind the ball and hit on a counter. But the thing is, I don't think a counter works without Harry Kane. Son is more than capable of, you know, getting the ball from, you know, the halfway line and taking it all the way to goal. But I don't know. It's gonna be a bit of a sticky one because even though we're doing pass galore, we've got a lot of possession. We haven't really scored that many goals off of our possession yet, but who knows? It's been a week with Tuchel, so maybe they've worked on their finishing. I don't know. I'm just nervous. I'm not 100% certain we're going to beat them, but I know we're probably not going to lose, if that makes sense. I don't think we'll lose, but I don't think we'll win either. Might just be a measly draw.
Yeah.
Why are you nervous?
No. Actually, no. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I know what you're going to do, so don't come in here and do it. I know why you're here.
Now, we played them earlier in the season, and I explained why I was nervous because of Frank Lampard, and everyone was saying I'm not a real Chelsea fan. Why is it okay now when we have a better manager and they're in a bad one?
No.
I think Prime. I think it was more of the fact that you were, you know, just kissing Spurs' ass at that time. Like it was just like, come, they're still our rivals.
Obviously, Jose's ass.
Now we know about to say, we all know what Prime's doing. Right I came here to spread the truth. Don't listen to what Prime's saying about he thinks he's going to win 3-0. We all know deep down, he's like, Jose, please beat us. I would love it if you would do it to me.
Stop this. Let me clarify. Anything that affects my club losing, I do not want. So I don't care about Jose. I want my club to win.
No, you don't. You've always gone against us. That's a lie.
Prime, that's right. Prime, you do want your club to win. And Spurs, you want Spurs to win. That's okay. Like, you can come out and say...
Prime, you're my...
Why have we got hidden fans in our fan base? Like, we don't need hidden fans. Come out with your chest.
I feel sorry for
Wear your badge. It's fine. I'll accept you. It's cool.
Prime, you're my guy, yeah?
Imagine how desperate... Sorry, Monster. Imagine how desperate Tottenham are for more fans. They're willing to have Prime.
I really am. I'm telling you. I need to have this conversation.
Prime's my guy, yeah, but me and him spoke on a stream about this was the first game, and I never seen someone slurp on Tottenham schlong so much. Like, it was ridiculous, bro. Like, Jesus, Prime. I was just thinking, What is this guy on about? He is waffling.
But I wasn't, because I explained why. You guys can go watch all of that back.
You was
no.
waffling,
He's gassing us up. He's gassing us up.
We're gonna get back to the preview for a moment here. Alex has joined us. We spoke a little bit about Tottenham. We spoke about Harry Kane being missing. What's the plan going to be? What kind of optimism and hope, Alex, do you give Tottenham going into this game up against this rejuvenated Chelsea team?
Make sure you let him finish.
I don't think it's going to be that much of a really good game, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a tight game. Joe's just going to keep it tight. I've literally just watched his pre-match conference just now, and to be honest with you, I've got to give him a little bit of credit. To be honest with you, it seems that he's had a little bit of humble pie because he's spoken to Dele Alli, so that seems to be breached. The gap between them two seems to be breached. He hasn't changed the European squad, which I was a bit worried about a little bit because you know about the foreign quota problems we've got. So I think there's a few things that have changed a little bit, and I just think just on the game at the moment, like I said, answer your question. I think it's just going to be like a draw. I mean, it's going to be really tight. Either someone's going to score and it's going to be 1-0, or it's just going to be 1-1 or something like that. For me, anyway.
Okay.
I don't see any.
And from your point of view, I want to ask you, mate. Harry Kane's obviously missing, massive miss for any team to lose a striker of that quality. Who do you think should come in and replace him? Should it be Son playing as a false nine, Vinicius? What should happen? What do you think Jose should do in that situation?
I think Vinicius should be playing. Vinicius needs to play because if he don't play, he likes a tall striker up front. He's always had that tall striker up front and have that focal point. And as I know with our centre backs, we'll just boot it upfield. So I think for me, Vinicius needs to be up front. Whoever's beside him is debatable. I think Bergwijn should be there because I think Bergwijn's playing very well and he's developing his game further. Again, because if he doesn't defend, he won't be in the team. I would like to see Moura maybe because I know he works very well with Vinicius. There's a bit of a connection because he likes tall striker up front himself as well because he had a very good connection with Lorente when he was here. So I mean, I think, and also I think there's a real decent credit as well.
Thank you, Alex, for answering that. I appreciate that, my friend. I want to ask Chelsea. We're going to go into another part of the show now. Someone put a super chat in. I'm not putting that up. It's disrespectful, so I'm not sharing that super chat. But thank you very much. Also, get your super chat question that you want us to pose to the audience.
No, it's calm. It's funny. It's funny.
I'll show it then. I was just like,
he paid for it.
There we go. Anita's hairline is worse than Terry.
Can I reply?
Yeah, of course.
Jokes on him because this is the wig.
You know what? No, I said my hair's growing back. Now mine's a wig as well. That's not.
I can make them jokes. You can't, Terry. That's good.
Men wearing wigs. I used to work with a guy that wore a wig, and on my leaving do, I pulled it off. Because everyone had worked with this guy for like 15 years and everyone knew it was a wig. But if you asked him, he used to get vexed like he was going to hit you. And he's like, it ain't a wig, it's my hair. And on my leaving.
You mean like a toupee? What's wrong with that?
Have you got a toupee, Prime? You wear a toupee.
No.
Yeah. You got a toupee.
You remember his trim at the start? That was a toupee.
Yeah. What was his trim?
He had like a side part in, like Superman. Yeah, bro. It was like relaxed and side party, a little curly bit above on his head, like it was. Yeah, man, it was like those, those Japanese comics, that hairstyle in the Japanese comics.
Anime and stuff like
that. Anime haircut.
This sort of bullying is why I get haircuts on the regular now.
This is not bullying.
That's why you wear a hoodie. That's why you wear a hoodie, bruv. That's why.
And glasses. Yeah,
show your hair.
Cover it up. But listen, I want to ask Chelsea fans this. I want to know how you're going to beat Tottenham here. I'm going to go to Monstar first on this. What do you need to do to break down this Jose team and guard against the kind of 1-0 smash and grab approach that you know they're going to go with?
The thing is, with Tottenham, I know why I think we can beat them is that, or why I believe we'll beat them is that there's a lot of issues in that camp. There's a lot of players, fighting with the manager, fighting within themselves. I don't really think they're going to be up for it, innit? I'm not necessarily scared. I know how he's going to set them up. He's going to set them up low block, park about 2 coaches, park a private jet in front of that, and probably park a double decker in front of that too, innit? So with that, I'm not even scared of them like that. Plus, they don't have Harry Kane. Without Harry Kane, they are absolute trash, garbage. Son is the one person that, in a way, scares me a bit, but he's the only threat. Do you know what I mean? And when they got one threat, it can be tamed. I don't know. I feel like we should be winning this game, and if we don't win this game, it's gonna burn me. I can't lie. It's gonna hurt. I know I love Mourinho with all my heart. I love you for what you did for us. But I think it's time, man. It's time to get him out of there, bro. Do you know what I mean? Let's send these Spurs fans over the top, because right now they're just. But I can see Alex, like, he's burning inside. He wants Jose out so badly, innit? It's time to just send him over the top, man. Do you know what I mean?
Monster, this is exactly the same thing you said when we played Arsenal.
I'm not saying anything outrageous, bro.
Okay.
He's not. He's not. You know why?
He's actually not this time, you know.
You know why? Because Chelsea right now
are back.
I just respond to Monster. It's not going to trigger me today. I've prayed already. So I don't really need to listen to his stupid messages. To be honest with you, I'm not all about Joe. I've never said I wanted to sack Jose anyway, so I don't know where he's come from. And also, like I said, he's had some humble pie. Yes, there were rumblings, it looks like, because, I mean, I don't think players were happy about what was going on with certain players being left out of the squad. But it looks like there's been some bridgement between some of the players and Jose. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't see what you're. I don't really see your point.
Alex, can I just say something to you? I'm going to go back to Monster in a minute. Bridging between the players. What's happened is that Jose's been fighting for Dele Alli to go.
Oh, Terry, please. Terry. Honestly, Terry, I've given up. I've given up trying to explain it to you, because I've said it all the time to you already. My explanations to you now, I'm not even going to explain it anymore, because I can say whatever I want to you, but you're still going to come up with these 20-minute monologues about what Jose's going to do.
20 minutes.
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. 20-minute monologues, yes. Because I time you when you're talking most of the time, because it's 20 minutes. So, like, mate, I don't need to hear it anymore. Like, for me, as I said before, I love you, mate. I love you.
I don't listen to you.
It's like 100-0 between us already. You know what I mean? I bet that you all.
Alex put Terry in the split. Wow.
With a waffle in 144.
Waffling, man.
Oh, come on, please. Come on, please.
Listen, Alex, I'm going to push back to Monster here, because obviously the response was to you. Do you Alex's response was, you're not going to trigger me today. Do you think you've triggered him with one simple sentence?
Oh yeah, for him to even bring it up, I've definitely triggered him in it. Do you know what I mean? Listen, Alex, I don't mean no harm I don't mean to trigger you, bro. I know deep down inside you are. Every day you see Jose as manager of your club, it burns you. Do you know what I mean? What would even be worse is if Jose wins a trophy for them. Yeah, that would, I don't know what it would do to Alex, innit? You know what I mean? I'll be calling you, Alex. Don't worry, I'll be calling you to make sure you're okay if that man wins a trophy at your club, because that would mean he's done a better job than Pochettino has done in however many years he was there, and Jose's come within a year, has done better than Pochettino, and God knows what it would do to some of these Spurs fans, man, because they hate him.
Can I get back?
Hang on one second.
That's him assuming he's going to make it there. I mean, with this football, I don't know if he's going to make it to that final. So let's chill a bit. Let's just win this one game in front of us and stop thinking about a trophy. One game in front of us. Playing a back five has not been working. Playing Davis as a wing back, playing Sissoko right back, it's not been working. Hopefully he plays Aurier again. And yeah, we just win this game in front of us, because I think it's every game right now. Take each game as it comes, because he's pretty much on thin ice as it is. So just take each game as it comes.
To your point though, when you said he won't make it there, you mean that you think you think Jose maybe sacks before the final comes?
I think if it carries on, not obviously 1-2 games we've lost, but if that football like carries on for like 5, 6, 7 games, then I think he will be. I think he will be.
There is no way. Sorry, Elena. There is no way that Spurs will sack Jose Mourinho before a cup final. There is no way. No.
Even if we lose 7 games.
I've been saying it. It's not happening. It's not happening.
It's not happening. You know why? You know why it's not happening? He is your best chance at getting a trophy. Now, if you say he's going to get sacked afterwards, that's a different conversation. Cool. But you don't sack a manager that got you to a final just before that final. And look at Prime Dancing. That's
fair enough. That could easily happen as well. But I mean, if we're in the league and we're losing 6, 7 games on the bounce, I think he will be under pressure. I think at the moment it's just take each game as it comes. And today, like previewing this next game, is a big deal because his decisions are seeing us lose games as well. He is part of the reason, not all the reason, but part of the reason. So I definitely think he needs to he needs to buck up his ideas as well and sort himself out just as much as the players do. So I think that he just needs to sort himself out.
Doesn't this sound a bit familiar? It's like we've heard of something before, haven't we?
Can I just reply to this contract thing? Because there was a comment about have I seen his contract? Like, can I just reply to that? Because his contract apparently isn't as much as we thought. Apparently, that's a bit of a myth, and apparently it's very similar to what Pochettino's is. And all he has to do is pay him 1 year, which would be around 10 million. It's not the 15 mil that we thought it was. So just to reply to everyone, that's apparently a myth. So
it's 10 million.
We tried to tell you about this guy. But now but people didn't want to listen.
What's telling us about the guy?
We tried telling you. AJ, no one wants to hear your little violin, bro.
Yo, listen, no one wants to hear you.
What's the actual point of view?
Okay, guys.
Let me respond to that.
I want to go back to the preview if we can.
I wanted to too, because I was going to say that Chelsea are back and they're going to win the game.
Okay, cool. Leave, go.
Guys, please. I want to speak here about super chat from Harry that says Ndombele is a threat. Neats, from your point of view, I mean, from a rival looking at Ndombele, he seems to have turned his Tottenham crew around. Is that someone that you think could be a major influence in this game and could help yield a positive result for Tottenham, or can your midfield cope with him?
Oh, our midfield's not coping with him. What the? No, they're not coping unless Kante's played. In my opinion, anyway, unless Kante's played, if we have Jorginho there, unless Kante's played, I don't see our midfield coping with Ndombele.
Nah, you're bugging.
Nah.
You got Jorginho in there, bruv.
I give him its due in it. I think Ndombele is probably going to be one of their best players on the day, man.
Jose don't play to Ndombele's strengths. If Ndombele was at Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, but we're at Tottenham, bruv, they're gonna sit back. They ain't gonna control nada, bro. They're just gonna be sitting back.
Thing is,
obviously, you know a lot about Tottenham when you don't you, mate?
We've seen it happen.
You know a lot about Tottenham, don't you?
I know a lot about football. Alex, please, Monster, please. We've seen it happen before, where Ndombele, he literally goes into a mind of his own. Like, he does whatever the fuck he wants sometimes. And if he does that again against Chelsea, that's going to be something that can hurt us. I'm not being funny. If there's one player I'm scared of, it's him and it's his son as well. Like, come on, man.
Tuchel tactics.
Two players.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I want to go to Eleanor for a second. Eleanor, do you feel like some Chelsea fans, not Neats, do you feel like they're disrespecting the potency that you have on the counter-attack, almost like you're not going to be a problem for them at all?
I think they're underestimating. I think we do have things to threaten them. We obviously have players to threaten them in Son, in Ndombele. Hopefully Vinicius plays up top. I'd like to see him in an important game like this. I feel like he could step up. There's a reason why we bought a backup striker, to play him when Kane goes missing, or when he has his injuries and his purple patches die out. So it's quite good to have like someone to rotate them. So I'm hoping he does play. But I think we do have a dangerous counter. The only problem I have is we don't create enough in a game. So if Son isn't on fire, he creates 2 chances. He has to score both chances. Otherwise, we're not going to get many in the rest of that game. So I think if we're clinical, we are very dangerous. Our Son can run up the pitch from, like Anita said, from the halfway line and get a goal. I think and Ndombele dribbling through, he's possible getting a goal as well if he's up there. But I think we're just going to rely on being clinical, and we know that. We know we're relying on being clinical, and I think it's very hit and miss. We can't say yes, it's going to work, and no, it's not going to work. It's very hit and miss.
I hear you on that one. Before we go any further, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button right now. Just under 2,000 people tuning in across all platforms. Please go and sign up to our Discord server as well. If you're new to the Football Terrace, make sure you subscribe. Click on the bell notification button as well. That way you know when we go live, when we post new content for you. Big announcement on the way soon as well on the Football Terrace. Finer details are being applied. I can't keep the big smile off my face. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Stay tuned for that one. We're going play. We're not even going places. We're going to another planet, baby. That's what we're doing. We're going to another planet. Is what's coming. It's going to be beautiful. And yeah, Daddy think. No, I'm joking. Listen, smash that like and share. But we have a super chat here that says, "I know a lot about football. Monster, the same guy that said Chelsea were going to win the league. Pray for our rivals."
Listen, people lose bets all the time, bro. Like it's like going to a betting shop and betting off something. People lose all the time. It's just
Monster, you did not lose a bet. You lost your house saying that.
Why do you think all these clothes are on the hanger? That's what it's in a box right now. You know,
I was still bet on Chelsea getting top 4. Don't get it twisted. I think we're still going to get that. So,
well, that was going to be my next question. It's a great segue, Monster. I want to throw this out. I want to go to David first on this. With a victory against Tottenham this week, tomorrow, you look at the Premier League table. That will take Chelsea to 36 points. Which will put them into sort of the 5th place sort of area. Do you think under Tuchel, top 4 is not just conceivable? It's something you should now expect from this position.
You're back. Not expect, but I'm fairly confident we can do it. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, can we outpoint Leicester by 6? Yes. Can we outpoint Liverpool by 7? Maybe not, but we have a good chance of doing it. Can we outpoint Man United by 8? I reckon we can. So
yes, we can.
If all we have to do is beat one of those teams and we're in the top 4. So it's doable. It's definitely doable. I wouldn't but if he wouldn't get it, I wouldn't be like, get him out. Obviously, I wouldn't say get him out. But if he does, it wouldn't shock me.
So you said again. So who do you think you'll overtake to get into the top 4?
I think it'll be Leicester.
But do you think you can catch Liverpool and Man United?
I think it's doable. Yeah, I think it's 100% doable.
How about yourself, Jem? Top 4, is that the target this season for Tuchel, or is it just about getting your team to play well?
No, it's both, isn't it? We've got to play well to get in the top 4. So at the end of the day, it's like, of course, it's still achievable. There's not a massive gap from us to the top 4 anyway. And if we win our next, after Spurs, we've got Sheffield United. Then after that, we've got 2 or 3 games before we go to Atletico where they're winnable. Newcastle. I think there's Leeds in there as well. So for me, it's like if we can just build up a bit of consistency, a good run, then we could be back in the top 4 quite quickly.
I get you on it. Anybody disagree? Does anybody think it's too far away for Chelsea?
Nah, they're back.
No, yeah.
I didn't think so. Listen. People are laughing at us. I see Man United fans in the chat laughing. Bruv, don't be surprised. In fact, when it happens, you will all be crying. Do you know what I mean? You laughed at me then.
Pray for your
crying
rivals.
later on.
Monster, they also laughed at you for pray for the rivals. They also laughed at you what you said when we played Arsenal. Please stop.
No. Listen, it is what it is, and I stand on what I said. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here denying I said this.
Monster,
I said it.
Fairness to Monster, where I would defend him. Alex, man. By the way, Alex, if you asked him, you got to get better internet, bruv. Speak to your dad. Get better internet.
Better light, though. Did you not see him? I could actually see him. I was amazed.
I can't say that, but I hear you. Like, listen, well, let's say see. I can always see Alex, but it's normally half his mouth and his nose because he's that close to the camera. You know what I mean? Like, just put it there, brother. Yeah, what I say about Monster is this though.
On my own again, no Spurs fans.
It's like normal, isn't it? Do you know what it is? I think with Monster.
I need more. Prime, come out, please.
Come out.
No. Is this something we need to know, Prime? Have you told Eleanor? Have you told Eleanor you're a Spurs fan? What's going on?
No.
Don't lie.
Because this is going to get clipped off, and people are going to take it out of context, and it's going to turn into a
TFT out of context.
Come on, doing this.
Yeah,
he runs out of context.
What I was saying, he does. You have to do yourself. What I was saying about Monster is Monster couldn't legislate for Lampard being a terrorist inside his own dressing room. Do you get what I mean? Like the way he was treating players, the way he was like ignoring people. That's what went wrong. I don't even think it really was tactical for Lampard going missing. From a Tottenham point of view, though, right? I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna put this out there. Sorry, Laurie's comment just made me laugh. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Oh no, wrong one. Where's it gone? You hate when it. Do you know what? When you go to press a comment and then the damn thing slides up. Brian, what are you not telling us is Laurie? Alex is back, so I'm going to put this question to Alex first of all. It's a big night for Spurs. Do you feel like if you lose to Chelsea, would you say the top 4 race is over for Tottenham?
No.
You think you can bounce back from that? You think you could end up being by that stage 9 to 12 points away from being in the top 4? You think you're capable with Jose's football this season of clawing that back if you lose?
Well, I'm not thinking about just Jose. I'm thinking about the whole team here, and I think we can get back. I mean, I'm just got a little bit more hope after the pre-match press conference today. I think that sounds like he's had a little bit of humble pie, and he's actually speaking to the players that he's had problems with and trying to bridge the gap between the two. So I think that with that, and also the Europa League as well, which we don't forget about that. Hopefully we can get through. Hopefully we can try and do something in that. So there's a lot of hope to get into the Champions League. It is a minimum target in my opinion still. And the same person, Harry Redknapp, said the same thing I said on Sky Sports News a couple of days ago during the last day of the transfer window. So it would be a failure if we don't get Champions League. But at the same time, I still think that if we don't get Champions League this season, we can still, crack on next season with him. And then hopefully things will get better.
How about yourself, Eleanor? Do you feel like this is almost last chance saloon to stay in the top 4 race, or you're going to be okay? You're on. You've muted yourself. You've muted yourself.
God, no one wants to hear.
I think you muted me. But anyway, I think it's not a main. I don't think it's a main target for Jose Mourinho. I genuinely don't think it's a main target. I think he's here to win a trophy, and I think that's the main thing for him. As much as we need top 4 as a club, I don't think this season is what we're aiming for. But obviously, we are in contention because everyone's so close. So it's probably last chance for us, really, considering the way we are, the amount. I don't think we're taking it seriously, the top 4 run. So it probably is our last chance. But I think that overall, we're just looking to stay up in a Europe space and do well in the Europa and get, obviously, a trophy through the door. If he wins the Europa, obviously he's got Champions League anyway. So I think that's where we're putting all our eggs in one basket, as in just in trophies at the moment. Not for top 4, not that I agree with it or that I think that's what we should be doing. I understand that we need a trophy, so I get that. But I just think in general, we're not looking at top 4 as a priority.
Did anybody else think that's not Eleanor's point of view? Did anyone think that's not right? I mean, with the money that the squad's worth, Jose as manager, the new stadium, aiming to finish in a Europa League spot only, is that a little bit small time, or is that just Spursy?
That's too
Spurs. I mean, they've accepted.
To me, no disrespect to Tottenham. That's even too big. Like they need to remember who they are, innit? Do you know what I mean? Know your place. Like when I hear these man whining, Alex always whining, Elena whining, Josh whining, Bios whining. It's like, bruv, know your place. You're not no big boy. You're not in our league. You're not the big boys league, innit? You the man are down there. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough. Yeah, you grew your stadium. Yeah, kudos to you, innit? A stadium you can't even fill out, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Lovely stadium, and that. You might as well just give it to us, innit? But there's no point. Like, I'm tired of these guys thinking they're bigger than who they are. Can accept your place. Yeah, when Jose wins you a trophy, good enough. Maybe you wait another 10, 12, 15 years for another one. And yeah, kudos to you, man. Big up. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that we spent a lot of money. I just want to reply to what Terry said. Like, I understand we spent a lot of money and that's what we should be going for. But the way it's played out, I don't think that's what our main hope is. Getting Jose Mourinho was to get us a trophy over the line because of how long it's been. There's no, like, yeah, you lot banner us over it, but it is true. We haven't won a trophy since 2008. So obviously we need silverware. So I don't think we're all out yet. Let's all out go for top four the way Poch did. Poch put everything into that top four. And didn't really respect the cups as much. So I think at the moment we are going for like top 5, top 6, just to get us over the line and hopefully get a trophy through the door. But I just think that this game is for us just to regain some kind of form because we're on a bad patch right now. And it'll be a big regain of form. So.
My question is, it's a random question. What if it's a draw? Who benefits out of this? Because we saw Man United and Arsenal play this game like, both needed 3 points, both need to win in the draw. So who actually?
I think Chelsea benefits from it, not Tottenham. We're still on a bad run.
The same as the first game, Jose benefits.
Really? Yeah. I don't see it because I think we're on a bad run. We need a confidence.
I told you guys when we played and they got a draw and that worked in Jose's favor at the time. You guys all went against me.
Oh my God!
If Spurs get a draw from this game, it will still work in Jose's favor.
Yeah, why does it have to always work in Jose's favor? Tell me why.
What Prime is trying to say is he's going to set up for a draw. That's what Jose is going to do.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Alex with the dial-up Wi-Fi, by the way. That's why.
Thank you for the Jose sexual interpretation. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I just want to beat Spurs so I can shut up Harry Redknapp, to be honest, because man's giving too much chest right now. He needs giving too much.
I can rattle Alex. That's why I want to beat Spurs.
Listen, I'm not trying to disrespect Harry Redknapp or anything, or maybe I am just a tiny bit. But how dare you, as a manager of 40 years, the only trophy you've won is an FA Cup with Portsmouth, which is a big achievement. When you came to Spurs were a nothing team, innit? Like, no offense to the guys, innit? Yeah. Your biggest achievement as a Spurs manager was taking them to the Champions League and getting spanked. I think it was 4-0 by Real Madrid.
It was a big deal
in the quarterfinals. And then you come and then you try to disrespect a man that's won like 6 or 7 times the amount of trophies in a quarter of the amount of time he's been manager. Like, how dare you? Do you know what I mean?
You're not really. And you're not really understanding the situation at Spurs. I don't
care about the situation.
So you're comparing us to you lot, but we weren't on your level. We never spent that kind of money getting into top 4. Getting into top 4 was a big deal for us under Harry Redknapp. That was like the first time we had made Champions League. It was huge. I mean, that crouch header against City was amazing. I remember it.
Eleanor, one sorry, everyone. So one question. You admitted earlier that you've got the DVD of the 8-1 victory over Wigan. Do you have a DVD of the 3-3 draw against Milan?
No, I don't actually.
That was one of those moments where I realised, as a kid, that's one of those moments where I realised Spurs are nowhere near the levels. That hat trick by Bale was amazing.
Bale was incredible, yeah.
You celebrated a draw like it was. Actually, no, did you lose that 4-3?
4-3, we lost.
Yeah, they lost that
I just need to respond to Monster.
Wait, Alex, 1 second. KJ, was that you?
No.
KJ, was that you?
Let's keep it on the preview, please. Go on, Alex.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised by your energy, Monster. To be honest with you, I've got to say, firstly, we do. I mean, for me, a cup is a bonus. I mean, I'm not going to repeat what I've said. They need to just watch other screens to see what I need to say already. I've said already. Stop! Don't interrupt me.
How can it be a bonus when you don't
interrupt me, please? Whoever's interrupt me, please don't.
No one's talking, Alex. Stop meditating, Daddy. It's your daddy.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna repeat what I've said, and I've already repeated what I said anyway. We need top 4. Okay. It's not going to be good enough. He's still going to be in the job, but there'll be pressure on him next season, definitely. So that's cool. And that's the thing with Tottenham at the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm proud to be a Tottenham fan. I don't know what Chelsea fans are like, because as far as I'm concerned, you're spoiled. You're spoiled.
Oh, here we go. Boring.
You're spoiled. That's all I need to say, right? I'm proud to be a Tottenham fan. Yeah.
Can I just
go to Terrace, I'll watch my team play, whether they lose or win or draw.
Yeah,
I'm still proud of them. I've seen worse. I've seen people a team
like
be relegated. I've seen my team really getting relegated. Yeah. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you can't say anything, Monster. So don't come to us and say, "Oh, well, we haven't got no trophies."
Alex.
Well, who are you?
Alex.
Who are you?
Be proud.
Wait.
Be proud.
Be grateful.
Wait.
Be grateful. Who are you? You know what I mean? You're lucky. Yeah. Firstly, yeah, we won the Champions League. Yeah. Secondly, yeah, you've had great managers. Yeah. Okay. You got money. Okay. You're lucky to have a club that's actually alive at the moment due to the pandemic. Yeah. And be grateful for the managers you got, because at the moment, all I'm hearing from Chelsea fans is saying, "Oh, thank goodness I got rid of Lampard." So what? Be grateful. Be grateful. You know what I mean?
No, this is the difference between us and you, bro.
Don't come for us, bro.
That's enough for the rant.
Alex, you're
you don't know what's coming for you, bro.
Listen, Alex, that's enough of the rant in 140.
Don't come for Elena, because Elena knows a lot about Tottenham, more than you know about Chelsea, mate. So that's it. Done.
Never.
We're done, bro. We're done, bro. You're out of here, bro. You know what I mean?
Never.
Guys, Anita's going to go.
Breathe. What breathe? Like, actually breathe. What are you talking about, fam? What? Because we said that your club is X, Y, and Z. Nothing Monster said about your club is a lie. Breathe. Like, I'm just bare baffled as to why you're so triggered. You lot are broke. We're spoiled. Get on with it.
I wish we had your owners, if that helps. I mean, Roman, come to my club. Come and sort out my club.
Yeah.
Alex.
Fans always say we're spoiled. We bought
I
our way
want to
into
be
the
spoiled.
trophy.
If they want to, because they're spoiled. Let's be spoiled.
Alex is there.
I hear that. It's okay.
If you had a club like
No, make me laugh. That whole
thing.
thing.
Like this brokey.
It's okay that we're more.
Guys, I'm going to meet you all one at a time, please.
You know what made me laugh at that whole rant? Yeah, man was listing how you were so much better than them with Vim. You were just like, how dare you be better than us? How dare you have so much more money? How dare you? Like, listen to me, Alex. It's okay. Admit you like being a loser. That's okay. Like, if you do not want success in life, that is perfectly fine, because that's your choice. But don't sit there and get angry that other people are happy with success. You know what I'm saying? And they want success. Take your loser. Take that loser mentality over there with the rest of your Spurs fans who love to be losers, isn't it? Like,
do you know who Alex sounds like? You know what Alex sounds like?
1 second. Go on, Prime.
You sound like an Arsenal fan, always moaning about Chelsea and our money and our spoiltness. So what?
Yeah.
Who cares? We've got our money.
Can I say something?
Sorry, 1 second. Go on, Jem, then I'll go. Go on, mate.
What I don't get with Spud fans, right, is what I don't get with Spud fans, right, is why are you sulking so much? You should be appreciating the manager that you've got at your club. Probably the most accredited manager in terms of trophies that he's won. He's at your club. And yet all I can hear is people like Alex moaning about him and wanting him out. The man's dealing with fraud players, bruv. You have fraud players in your team. Your defence is a bunch of frauds. You've got a couple midfielders that are frauds. Lloris, great goalie, but you need to move him on, getting old. What do you expect him to do? Stop moaning about Mourinho all the time and look at your fraud players that you've got in your team and just respect the manager that you've got at your club, man.
You know what it comes down to?
I don't agree with that.
1 second. The one thing I'd say here about a lot of Tottenham fans is this, and this super chat sums it up perfectly. Roman wanted to buy Tottenham first, and it all went wrong. That's why there's bitterness there from some Tottenham fans, because they look and they know, they look at Chelsea and realise that would have been us, and it would have been you. Spurs would have won what Chelsea won because Roman would have run it in exactly the same way, bought the same players, done the same thing. And I think that's also the same with like Arsenal fans. You know, they've got a billionaire owner that's actually richer. You know, they've had owners that are richer than Abramovich, but not spent their money in the right way, so they get frustrated. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. And that's why they throw their toys at their pram. You know, it's like, you know, someone wins the lottery and they're rich. Oh, yeah, but you didn't earn it like a businessman. So what, bruv? I'm going to go and enjoy my yacht now. Like, so what? Like, people have got to drop this money thing. And you know what? I respect Eleanor a lot because Eleanor wants to be, like, the same as Expressions. I always talk about him as an example. Eleanor's the same. They want to win. They want to dine at the top table of football instead of just being happy to be an also run, to be a bridesmaid. This like, oh, I'm proud of my I get the point. When you first started breaking into the Champions League over a decade ago, it was exciting and you were like, oh, it's nice. But you've been in it a number of times now. You've got to a final now. The expectations have to rise. And fans like Alex and my dad, I'm calling my own dad out here. Dad, I'm talking to you, bruv. If you're listening, you got to raise your expectations, mate. It's Tim Pot. You're not Leighton Orient. You're not Leighton Orient. You're not Dagenham and Redbridge. You're Tottenham Hotspur with the best stadium in the league, multiple £1 million incomes, wealthy owners, one of the richest squads in world football, one of the most valuable squads in world football. We're not aiming for top 4. Oh, the Carling, but at the same time saying the Carling Cup's beneath us. Fuck off. It just frustrates me.
No.
It's all just nonsense. And listen, Spurs fans, set an expectation, and if you don't achieve it, show some frustration. People will stop going for you as much. It's because you all sit there and act like we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You're either got no mentality to win, or you're lying that you don't want to win. Either way, both those things are wrong. Want to be successful, and if you fail, moan about it, and we'll say fair play. At least you're being honest. At least Gooners, at least Arsenal fans, go on the fan channels, and show that they're annoyed at where they now are. You lot seem to be happy. It bothers me.
Yes. If Alistair Gold said that, oh, Spurs fans need to be more ambitious, Alex would be ambitious. If Alistair Gold said that, oh, we actually want to win the Champions League and win titles, Alex would want to win titles. Whatever Alistair Gold wants, that's what Alex wants, isn't it? I'm just going to say that.
Alistair Gold, please.
That fraud of a journalist.
Alistair Gold, please tweet saying sit at least 3 inches further away from your camera, please.
Just accept your place. Accept where you are. Accept where you will be in the years to come. Know your place. Don't ever spike up to us. Do you know what I mean? All that fighting of North London's red, North London's white. No, North London is blue. Do you know what I mean? South London's blue, West London's blue, East London's blue, innit? Stop the nonsense. You're not on our level. You never will be on our level. Even before we got Roman, you still weren't on our level, innit? So know your role as to
Go chat to Arsenal on them, man.
From the league table, West Ham, the London is currently claret and blue.
That will change in a couple of weeks. That will change in a couple of weeks.
So 1 second, Pete. I've got a super chat here that's kind of, no, it's not a super chat, it's a comment for Neats that says, hi, Terry, can I please know the name of the lady with the Chelsea jersey? It's obviously Anita. I saw her on one Nigerian TV channel the other day. I'm watching you guys from Spain. Nice job.
Hey, pick up Anita. Come on. We love to see that. I like Festus, my guy.
That's my dad.
Oh,
sorry, I thought you were calling my dad's name. Shit.
Oh no, it's called Festus.
No one go search that up, man.
She's like, that's my dad.
She's getting it made out the government.
What's my dad doing in Spain?
He said my dad Festus, didn't it? I'm sorry.
I was actually about to ask Alex, like, does he agree with what's being said? And I'm not actually having a go at Alex. Alex is just a proxy because he's here saying it. I see too many Spurs fans like it. And it's like they fluctuate between saying we're a massive club but don't treat us like one. Do you get where I'm coming? It's like treat me like an adult, but don't treat me like an adult. I want it, I don't want it.
Also, apparently,
eat it.
Also, apparently, you know, they've got Son, who's world class. Yeah. They've got Kane, who's world class. They've got Lloris, who's a top goalkeeper. They've got all these players, yet somehow they shouldn't be aiming for top 4. It doesn't make any sense.
No. I'm not saying we shouldn't be aiming. I just think in our current form, we're not. And I think we have to accept what Jose Mourinho is here to do, is to win a trophy. So if we're going to be this bad, we need to at least win a trophy, because that's the whole point.
1-0 City already after 4 bloody minutes.
Have you seen the goal? Have you seen the goal? Nick Pope literally just gave it to him.
Oh, you want to talk
Sorry,
about
who? I'm sorry, who? I'm sorry, who? KJ, shut up. Who? Who gave it to who? Who gave it to who?
Nick Pope.
Yeah, he's dead. Don't mention his name again. Continue. Sorry.
That's it, Prime. That was just for no reason there, fam. I wasn't even about to say anything bad against you, fam. Anyway, yeah. You want to talk? People want to talk about corruption, yeah. What's that? Is that now corruption? Because I saw someone's tweet. Oh, there's some corruption in the Premier League because Southampton they beat Liverpool and they narrowly lost.
I saw this.
And now they lost to 9-0 to United. There is a conspiracy. So what's that then? Where's say corruption now then?
Do you know what? Right? I always find it funny when Richard Keys as well talks about integrity. Man's talking about integrity. This is the guy whose wife was cancer stricken, and he was sleeping with his daughter's friend, who's like something like half his age at the same time. Man talks about integrity and morality, bruv. Go suck your hairy, like 110%. Listen, Alex and everybody else, thank you. We're gonna do score predictions or result. Alex, man, sort that internet out. Prime first. Who's gonna win tomorrow? What's the score gonna be?
Already said at the start of it, 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. People might have mentioned all the time. 3-0 Chelsea. Oh, Alex is back with us now. I need to ask him. Alex, why does your phone keep cutting off? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Okay. What's your score prediction, bro? What's your score prediction for tomorrow night?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone again.
Okay. We'll wait for him to come back properly. Monster?
I'm just going to go with a light 1-0. 1-0.
Okay. Jem?
2-0 Chelsea.
David?
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
Eleanor?
To be positive on Tottenham, I'm going to go 1-1, but realistically, it'll be 2-1 Chelsea.
Paige?
Chelsea are back. Tuchel tactics. 5-0 easy sweeping, bro. Hard, fresh, boom. Get the job done. And you know what, yeah? You're just going to rest the rest of your players. You know what I mean? You're going to play down. Easy win. Chelsea
KJ, if we beat Spurs 5-0, I'll change my Twitter name to Jose Sexual.
It's going to be the opposite now because KJ said it. That's why. It's going to be the opposite.
No. 5-0. And you call yourself Jose Sexual. All right, cool.
Stop acting like KJ has that amount of power.
What's your score prediction, please?
2-1 Chelsea, and I predict Werner and Alonso to bag a goal.
Yeah, because they're back in it.
Yeah, because they're back. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. I think Spurs are in the mud. The fact that Alex has come out today and spoke about, oh my God, Jose and Dele Alli have had a Father Sunday out fishing type thing, and it's all going to be fun now.
He can't even play, by the way.
I know he can't, but that ain't the point. The PR element is we've got to try. They know there's problems, right? That's all nonsense because he's thrown his toys out. He's Prime Jose. He's annoyed a lot of people in the dressing room. I think he's on the road to ruin, and I can't wait to do a mock-up video of that Irish gentleman who mocked up me and KJ when Jose gets sacked soon. Listen, everyone, Alex, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's your score prediction for the game, sir?
1-1.
1-1, nothing like a bit of positivity. Do me that is for Spurs, I suppose. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Remember to check out the Manscaped website, 20% off all of your grooming products. We're live after Burnley versus Manchester City and after Brighton Liverpool later on this evening. Thank you all so much. Make sure you're hitting the like and the share button. Subscribe to the Discord server. Sign up to Football Terrace Clips channel. All the stuff. Just do it. Literally go and click on everything in the description and sign up to it, essentially. Just do that. It's probably easier if you listen to it all. 9 p.m. tonight as well. That Tottenham show debuts.
Hey!
Hosting her first show doing don't laugh like that on the show though, be professional. No, I ain't messing.
Oh, bless her.
Sound like Frank Spencer when you did that.
She was excited, Terry. Leave her alone, man.
I know it's all good. 9 o'clock tonight. If you're a Spurs fan, make sure you're tuning in to that. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless.